Shattered vows. What if the person you trusted most in the world was the one sharpening the knife for your back? In the shadowed corners of a once happy home, where love curdled into poison, Elena discovered that betrayal isn't a thunderclap. It's a slow drip that erodes the soul. But oh, how sweet the reckoning can be when the wounded strike back. This is the tale of a marriage unraveled, stitch by agonizing stitch, and the quiet fury that wove it into something deadly. Elena stared at the lipstick stain on Marcus's shirt collar, a vivid crimson slash against the crisp white fabric, like a wound that refused to heal. It wasn't hers. Her lips favored soft pinks, not this brazen red that screamed of stolen afternoons and whispered lies. Who is she? Elena whispered to the empty kitchen, her voice cracking like the fine china she'd smashed in a fit last week. But deep down, she knew. The late nights, the secretive phone calls, the way his eyes darted away when she asked about his day. It all pointed to one truth. Her husband of 15 years was unraveling their life for a thrill. The hook that snagged her heart wasn't the affair itself. It was the mockery of their vows. In sickness and in health, he'd promised under a canopy of blooming roses, his eyes shining with what she now realized was fleeting passion. Now those same eyes held secrets, and Elena felt like a fool in her own story. She found the evidence buried in his email trash folder. A chain of messages to Leela, his secretary, filled with emojis and plans for our escape. Can't wait to leave this boring life behind, he typed. Boring? Their life. The one she'd built around him, sacrificing her art career to raise their son, now away at college. Rage simmered, but Elena didn't erupt. No, she brewed her revenge like a fine poison. Slow, undetectable, lethal. First, she played the oblivious wife, smiling through dinners while documenting everything. Screenshots of texts, photos of hotel receipts slipped from his pockets. Knowledge is power, her therapist had once said, but Elena twisted it into a weapon. She hired a private investigator, a grizzled man named Frank who smelled of cheap cigars and delivered truths like gut punches. He's been seeing her for 2 years, Frank reported, sliding photos across the table, Marcus and Leela laughing in a park, his hand on her thigh. The emotional gut wrench. It wasn't just sex, it was intimacy. He'd shared dreams with Leela that he'd long stopped confiding in Elena. I feel alive again, one email read. Alive. What about the nights Elena held him through his job losses, the miscarriages they'd mourned together? Her tears fell hot and silent as she plotted. Divorce would be too clean. She wanted him to feel the shatter. Hook line in the dead of night. Elena accessed his work laptop, password unchanged since their wedding date, a cruel irony. There amid spreadsheets and reports, she found the embezzlement. Small sum siphoned to fund his double life. Company funds for lavish dates, falsified expenses. Her hands trembled as she copied files, her mind racing. You'll pay, she murmured, the word echoing like a vow renewed. The climax unfolded on their anniversary. Elena cooked his favorite meal, steak au poivre, wine from their honeymoon vineyard. As they toasted, she slid an envelope across the table. Happy anniversary, darling. Inside, printouts of his affair, the embezzlement proof, and a letter to his boss, unsigned but ready to send. Marcus's face drained of color, his fork clattering. Elena, please. It's not what, but she cut him off, her voice steel wrapped in silk. It is exactly what it looks like. You broke us. Now I'll break you. She had already anonymously tipped off the firm's auditors that morning. By dawn, police would knock, charges of fraud looming. Elena had sent her the emails too, with a note. He's all yours along with his debts. As Marcus begged on his knees, tears streaming, Elena felt a twisted catharsis. The man who'd made her feel small now looked pathetic. She didn't stay for the fallout. She packed a bag, drove to her sister's, and filed for divorce the next day. The settlement, everything. House, savings, his reputation in ruins. He got prison time, 2 years for embezzlement, his career ashes. In the quiet aftermath, Elena rediscovered her paints, her laughter. Revenge wasn't joy, but it was justice, a balm for the scars. And as she watched the sunset from her new studio, she whispered, till death do us part? No, darling, till betrayal does. But here's the final hook that lingers. In the end, was it revenge or rebirth? For Elena, it was both, a phoenix rising from the wreckage of a love turned lie.